Just 6 short years ago, traffic in the Sosua Cabarete area flowed quite well, with an average speed of 60 to 100 kilometers per hour along most road stretches. Yet it obviously worked just too well because the authorities decided to change it to what could easily be called a road chaos or traffic nightmare, with constant traffic jams, still standing traffic, or painfully slow moving traffic, and increased accidents. Let's now look into what exactly caused this crazy chaos. The first big mistake the authorities made was to install over 30 traffic lights between Cabarete and Puerto Plata, which has become like corks in the North Coast Highway artery. Not long ago, it only took 45 minutes by car to get from Cabarete to Puerto Plata, a trip that now takes at least 1.5 hours. For cars and especially trucks, then the action of having to slow down for red lights and then to get moving again and to finally regain a decent travel speed plays a huge role in how slow the traffic will flow, as from a drone it looks like a caterpillar moving rather than a snake consistently sliding forward. As folks are highly pissed off about being restricted in their movements, you now see much higher percentage of crazy overtakings and folks running red lights. In other words, more accidents and fatalities than before all of these control tools were implemented. The second big mistake the authorities made was the creation of unnecessarily wide and obstructing sidewalks right out into the countryside, as if they were deliberately trying to turn everything here into a city. These sidewalks are not only dangerous with many more nasty accidents occurring, but they are one of the largest factors in why we sometimes have kilometers of queues in both the Sosua and Cabarete area. If any driver makes a silly move, stops, or is waiting to turn left, then as folks are trapped by the sidewalks, then everyone has to stop instead of flowing around that truck or that car. Just like they could not that long ago, but it worked so well, they changed it. Just to point out the waste of space and concrete, then on the highway above Sosua Beach, there's a total of 6 meters of concrete sidewalks, which is made up of 2 meters on one side and 4 meters sidewalk on the beach side, that practically no one walks on, which instead of course should have been used to create 2 more lanes. And ever since these sidewalks were built, we've had severe flood problems on the highway, as the drains simply can't swallow the flood of water that before used to drain off into the ditches or out into the paddocks. It only takes one vehicle to cut out with an electrical problem because of deep water, and the entire highway gets blocked right there during intense rain. The third big mistake the authorities made was installing speed bumps on a coastal highway, which is the main artery. The main highway of a country should not be slowed down, as this is the main delivery and transportation artery of both goods and people. If you look at bigger cities, folks use on-ramps and off-ramps, but the highway keeps moving. So I can only put this down to very bad planning or a deliberate attempt to create restricted smart cities, which is being pushed hard around the world. The problem with speed bumps is that some drivers will go over them extremely slow. And we're talking about a highway here, not a cul-de-sac with children riding small bikes. And when some driver starts climbing over these speed bumps at a snail speed, this will aggravate other drivers who want to move forward, and they'll start taking risks, which sometimes end up creating accidents that could have been avoided had everybody just kept moving. The fourth mistake or deliberate attack the authorities have made is to place money-hungry Met police straight after a traffic light, only crippling the flow of traffic even further. Most folks that I talk to have lost all respect for such police and believe it was all designed to gouge them for more money. When you think about it, cops can't easily stop traffic that flows nicely forward at 80 kilometers an hour, but if they can cripple your movement down to 10 to 20 kilometers an hour, then now it's much easier to pull you over. So the big question is, was all this chaos created just to milk more money out of all of us at the expense of having our time and money wasted? Finally, the Sosua Cabarete area is rapidly expanding, So what if even 50% of the new condo and villa renters and owners decided to own a car as well? How is this going to impact an already crippled and chaotic highway structure? Feel free to comment below this video, and please start speaking out as well as demanding change to this road nonsense. Please share this video, and thank you for watching.